As you well know, the Mets, they're heading to the World Series for the first time in 15 years, and they haven't won one since going back to 1986. Now, fans, of course, remember Mookie Wilson, Keith Hernandez, and the rest of the team, and they'll never forget to thank, at least in part, Bill Buckner for that one. Now, those same fans can buy a piece of the '86 Mets and other priceless memorabilia at auction. Ken Goldin, he's the founder of Goldin Auctions, and he's kind enough to join us. Ken, thanks for a few minutes.
Glad to be here.
All right, let's get right to it. And let's start off in '86 with Keith Hernandez and the World Series trophy. Talk a little bit about the trophy itself here. And also, and I guess the same question replete through all these, are you ever surprised what some former players are willing to actually put up for auction for, obviously, would be a priceless item, one would think?
Well, first of all, this is the trophy that each member of the Mets was presented by the Mets after winning the World Series. They each receive a World Series ring as well as a trophy. And what it is, it's about a 13-inch miniature version of the gigantic Commissioner's Trophy that the Mets would have in their front office. As far as players, no. I mean, I deal with players all the time. We've had incredible items directly from players in our auctions before. And this particular trophy was actually given to a friend of Keith's, someone who was very close with Gary Carter. And my understanding is, after Gary passed, he gave this individual his trophy, so he had them both. And, this individual decided that he's going to stop collecting and put it up for auction. And it does come with a letter from Keith Hernandez to this individual talking about why he's giving him the trophy.
Do you find more often than not on some of the items where, let's say it's a World Series ring or Super Bowl ring or whatever else, that it's players who've fallen on tough times post-athletic career, or they're just not sentimental?
They're not sentimental. I mean, give an example, our prior auction, we had the collection of Mike Schmidt and Andre Dawson, both of whom are very well off, both of whom are, made decent money in their career. They may not have made the $20 million a year, but certainly made the seven figures. So, but they decided that, they are going to hand down what they wanted to hand down and sell the rest.
Yep.
Typically, like in the case of Mike Schmidt, what he did was he kept his Hall of Fame ring, he kept his World Series ring, and he felt that's what was important to him. Those were the big accomplishments to him, and the rest of it was, to him, he lived the career. He didn't need a memento to remind him of it.
Well, the next item here probably couldn't have been conceivable not that many years ago, and that is a game ball, not the ball, but a game ball that's signed by both Mookie Wilson and Bill Buckner. We have a guy that we work with that works within the Red Sox or worked within the Red Sox organization to a person. He was beloved Buckner within that, and he wanted to basically stay away from that whole moment for a long time. I guess he's reconciled himself more with it, and he and Mookie Wilson together, they've done a few of these, haven't they?
Well, this is not just a signed ball. This is actually a ball that was used during the game, during Game 6. It's not the ball that sold for $400,000, but it is a ball that was game used during Game 6 of the World Series. And you see it's authenticated by Major League Baseball, PSA DNA as well, and mirrors, and it comes signed and inscribed by both Mookie Wilson and Bill Buckner, each of whom have signed it, inscribed it, Game 6 World Series game-used ball. So you know that this is an authentic game-used ball from that historic game.
Let's talk about some Giants, and obviously, certainly to New York fans, Mickey Mantle. You have his rookie card from 1952 that's up for auction. One of the hardest to get cards here, and obviously with somebody's huge significance, especially for a Metropolitan fan.
Correct. We sold, this is graded a 6, which is excellent to mint, and at Goldin Auctions we sold a card graded an 8 2 months ago at our auction for $400,000 for this exact card in a grade of an 8. In a grade of a 6, we expected to go probably around $85,000 to $90,000.
And I can only imagine the next one, 1916, Babe Ruth rookie card here. How much was that going to go for?
This is a very rare one. It's a wheel baking Babe Ruth, and it was the Sporting News put out a set in 1916, and then other companies marketed it under their own brand, and those are rarer than the general Sporting News version. So there's only a few of these that are known to exist anyway, and this is the highest graded out there. So you're talking the best Babe Ruth rookie card you can get in the best possible condition, and we expect this to approach or exceed $100,000.
Wow. Wow. And I want to tell the folks here, Ken, how they can get involved. The auction will be live right now through November 14th at goldinauctions.com, and the more than 1,000 items up for bid. We just touched on a few. Ken, thanks for a few minutes. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.